Hi everyone, Matthew here. Welcome to my garden. Today we'll be going through some weed control methods that are perfect for seniors and individuals with limited mobility. We'll go through mulching, ground cover, and weeding by hand. These techniques not only help you maintain a weed-free garden, but also make gardening more enjoyable and manageable. Let's get started. First, let's talk about mulching. Mulching is my favorite method for weed control because it's simple, effective, and environmentally friendly. I like to use grass clippings and leaves as my mulch, as these are natural resources that many people discard. Instead of throwing these materials away, I like to collect them and use them as mulch for my pot plants and garden beds. It's a cost-effective method that takes advantage of what I already have in my gardens. Here is my mandarin tree in a pot. I'm going to add a fresh layer of mulch around. Doing this helps the soil retain moisture, which is really important during dry periods, and it also suppresses weed growth. I do the same in my garden beds. I like to add a thick layer of mulch and then mix with compost to enrich the soil. This combination not only reduces weed growth, but it also improves soil quality. Mulching is a simple, sustainable, and highly effective way to manage weeds. Next, let's take a look at ground cover. Ground cover is a great method for larger areas, whereas mulching is more suitable for pots and garden beds. From here to around the fence, I've put a sheet down to prevent weed growth. This method works really well here because this tree's roots make it very difficult for other plants, and weeds were still sprouting through everywhere. I put this sheet down around a year ago, and since then I've had not one single weed grow in this area. This method requires minimal effort to set up in the first place, and once in place, it requires no ongoing maintenance and is highly effective. This method works by blocking sunlight from reaching the soil, which stops the weeds from germinating. To maintain a nice garden appearance, I've placed bark chips on top of the sheet and then placed various pot plants around. This not only prevents weed growth, but also enhances the appearance of my garden. This method is great, but it should be used with caution, as ground cover can damage the soil underneath. If you plan on using the soil later, it's best to avoid this method in that area. Lastly, let's talk about weeding by hand. This method involves directly pulling the root out. It's good for small areas and light infestations because you can see immediate results. I've included this method as from time to time any gardener is going to need to weed by hand. I have a love-hate relationship with weeding by hand. It feels great to pull out a weed completely, roots and all. But weeding by hand for long periods of time can be very physically demanding. That's why I use a garden seat and kneeler to reduce the strain on my knees and back. The handles also make getting up and down much easier, and it can also be flipped, so then you can weed from a seated position. When weeding by hand, I recommend focusing on small areas at a time, weed for short periods to avoid fatigue, and weed regularly to stay on top of it without feeling overwhelmed. These are just a few methods I use to keep my garden weed-free. Mulching, ground cover, and weeding by hand are all effective ways to manage weeds and make gardening more enjoyable. Remember, gardening should be a relaxing and rewarding experience rather than a constant battle with weeds. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you have found these tips helpful. For more methods of weed control and some general tips, please see the PDF I sent your email. And for more adaptive gardening solutions, please visit my website at accessgrow.com. Happy gardening.